Greetings, fellow Mid-Atlantic scholars, and welcome to Mid-Atlantic English with TeddyMD, a channel dedicated to exploring Mid-Atlantic English. As we've discussed before, there are, for lack of a better term, two versions of what we call the Mid-Atlantic or Transatlantic accent. The first was called Eastern Standard American English, and this was based on the speech patterns of Northeastern Americans during the late 19th and early 20th centuries. And there was also American Theater Standard, which was based on those speech patterns with additional elements of received pronunciation added. Both styles of the Mid-Atlantic or Transatlantic accent can be seen in films from the golden age of Hollywood. Typically, those that use Eastern Standard American English were people that were actually from the northeastern part of the United States and had privileged backgrounds and spoke that way naturally. However, you would also see others who were not from that area that learned to speak in that manner. And more prominently, for people from outside of that area of the United States, they would employ American Theater Standard, especially as we got more towards the 1940s. So we're going to look at some examples of both versions of the accent.
Mother divorced Dad when you were 8 and I was 6. We shuttled from one to the other, our affections torn between the two. Your boy is going to go through the same thing. When I have children, and I hope to have a great many, I'm going to make sure their father is permanent.
Millie, you've done some pretty bad things in your life, but this is the worst yet. Even if you didn't care how much you hurt me, you might at least have given a thought to what it would mean to Deirdre to have her faith in me shaken. I'd better get out of here, Millie, before I do something I'll be very sorry for.
I suppose the reason I love you is that you're the most charmingly civilized person I've ever known.
You know, that's the very nicest thing that was ever said to me.
Oh, you see, I never had a real chance.
No.
No.
Oh.
My home life was never what it should have been. Mother was a radio announcer, and father owned a trained police service. That was just before the Spanish-American War.
Do you think you'll ever be serious?
Yes. If you'll take me seriously when I say I love you.
May I ask why I don't attract you?
I realize you should. Well, you're not actually plain, exquisitely indifferent, even rude to people. Great sense of humor, brilliant, and,
What else?
what's the trouble? Nothing else.
Oh. Yes, I gather you formed a rather low opinion of me.
Oh, it might be more civil of me to put it in another way. I haven't a very high one on you.
Unknown, or you suffer from the common feminine delusion that the mere fact of being a woman exempts you from the rules of civilized conduct. Or possibly both.
Possibly. But here's what I wanted to show you. It's for the Wallace Flow Right pen. I know my company would be glad to pay you $5,000 if you'll endorse the ad.
I don't use a pen. I write with a goose quill dipped in venom.
Yes.
I've already done a previous video breaking down the phonetics of the Mid-Atlantic or Transatlantic accent and showing the differences in phonetics between Eastern Standard American English and American Theater Standard, and the link can be found in the description below.